Paul Skenes, we're about a month into his major league career. Made his debut. That's actually when we were in Nashville. That would have been like May 11th, I think. So yeah, we're about a month. We're about a month into his major league career. Made a start in St. Louis last night. Getting my days mixed up. Last night, threw 6 1/3. Most pitches he's thrown at the major league level, 103, which topped.
Love that.
I believe his previous season high of 100. 100, yeah, over the Cubs. 6 1/3 innings, 103 pitches, but it was the end to his outing that's got people talking. A standing ovation on the road in St. Louis. What are we thinking here? I can see it both ways. I'm not quite sure once we're done with this conversation which way I'm going to be leaning, but it's interesting. It's really interesting.
Tuesday's game, right?
Today's Wednesday, Tuesday night, yeah, in St. Louis.
6 1/3, 5 hits, no earned, no walks, 8 punches.
Get a standing ovation.
I think it
Cardinals
depends
fans.
on the teams. I think it depends on. There's certain teams that can do this. There's certain teams where you let it slide.
Mind you, they're in the same division.
I get that. That's a very valid point.
Yeah, I'd say so.
I know you came after them for the postseason.
I still haven't let it go. I haven't let it go. What was that? That was 2 years ago at this point?
It was. You hold grudges. You really do.
The 2022 postseason, I think it was.
Yeah. I've let that go. I don't hold grudges. I'm a bigger man. I'm that big man.
You absolutely are. You're not even going to deny that. I mean, come on, man. The best fans. You're calling yourself the best fans in baseball. And you're walking out in a postseason game that's far from over. Come on.
I'm not going to say that. I agreed with you then. I agreed with you then. I'm not freaking out and saying that they're the best teams or the best fans of baseball, but I think they're good baseball fans. I got a soft spot for the Midwestern folk. You know what I mean? The Midwestern folk, they're good, hearty people.
Real salt of the earth.
The salt of the earth. Dude, Midwest. We talked about the Royals. You know what I'm saying? We talked about like these people. It's just they're out here working their fingers to the bone. They're just good people. Okay. I think Cardinals fans.
We've been doing this podcast a long time, and I can't remember the quote exactly and whether it was you or me that said it, but I specifically remember making a quote graphic that talked about the Cardinals fans being the best in baseball. So at one point, I said that, at one point, I was a firm believer in that, but I'm still a little hung up on the 2022 postseason. That's all.
It's tough. And it's here's the thing, man. It's like they're not getting to witness the best baseball recently. It's been pretty tough in the Lou. It's been average baseball at best. And maybe they're just a little hungry for some good quality starting pitching. Now, to be fair, our boy, friend of the pod, Miles Michaelis, also diced that night.
He did. That was quite the duel.
Let's not forget that. I just think certain scenarios, okay, it's not a postseason game, obviously. If this happens in a postseason game, I'm vomiting. I'm throwing up in my mouth. Regular season game.
That's going to make a nice quote graphic.
Perfect. The Cardinals they're just in shambles lately. And I think if you're a baseball fan, and that's what I'm trying to get to, Cardinals fans are not just Cardinals fans. And we can't say that about every team. I think there are absolutely Yankees fans who are just Yankee fans. There are just Houston Astros fans who are just Astros fans. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think Cardinals fans are more baseball fans than not. So getting to witness a 1-1 that dices and is in the middle of this hype train, is trending, whatever the buzzwords you want to use. I kind of get it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying really hard to separate the fact that it's Paul Skenes from this situation, but I you can't ignore the fact that it's Paul Skenes. Because in my head, I'm trying to go, well, if this was any other guy that diced, or the Cardinals fans doing this, but it's
I don't think they do.
It's purely because it's Paul Skenes. I get it, but still, even though it's Paul Skenes, it's an interdivision starting pitcher walking off the field, and I've got Cardinals fans tipping their caps. They cut to one guy. I watched the video. They cut to one guy. He's tipping his cap. I'm like, buddy, do you see what logo's on your hat?
It is a tough look. I for sure understand that. They're 7.5 games back, man. It's just
I look less into their struggles right now and more into just the act of giving a guy standing ovation. Like, to me, I don't care if they're at the bottom of the division. I don't care if they're leading the division. It's just like,
I think it's a part of the equation, because the people that are going to those games right now are not rooting for their team to go take this pennant. You know what I'm saying? I think those are realistic fans who are also baseball fans, and they're looking at an opportunity. Like, tell me you wouldn't be excited if you lived in the Lou, you're 7.5 games back, you're at the bottom of the division, and your team sucks, your manager sucks, your superstars are getting older by the day, and you're like, you know what? I want to go to a game. It's Tuesday night. Who's pitching? Skenes is here? I'm absolutely going.
That's the point. I'm trying to put myself in as a Red Sox fan, like, it would have to be somebody within the division, rule the Yankees out, because we're not talking like Cardinals Cubs here. This is Cardinals Pirates. So it'd be like, if the first and easiest thing that comes to mind for me is like if Grayson Rodriguez, if the O's come to town, Grayson Rodriguez, who had a fair amount of hype himself, not nearly the same level, but
no, I don't think that's a good comp. I don't think it's a good comp.
Who else can you put in that situation?
It has to be a team that's been a punching bag forever. It's like, it's almost like the Cardinals fans can look at the Pirates and be like, you haven't been a threat in a long time. I'm going to throw you a bone with this standing out. I don't think that's the math that they're doing in their head as they're standing up, tipping their cap. But I think a comp would have to be like if you're a Phillies fan and you see a Marlin get drafted 1-1 and he's a superstar in the making, and you get to see a start from him. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you've never been a threat to us. We're okay giving you this.
I get it. And look, I have enough self-awareness here to recognize I'm probably getting a little bit more worked up over this than I should be. But
you're not alone. There's a lot of people that are freaking out about this.
No, you're right. And it's really just, I think, a broader conversation that needs to be taking place right now. And it's like, are there no competitive bones in the bodies of baseball people anymore?
I get
Players
that.
And fans alike, where it's like,
that.
Come on, man. I get it's Paul Skenes, but channel the appreciation else, like in a different manner, in a different fashion. Like, giving the guy standing O as he's walking off your field, it just it seems a little odd. That's all.
I get that.
I don't hate Cardinals fans because of it. I just think the act in and of itself is a little odd. That's all.
I don't fully disagree. I'm just not ready to burn it down.
If I was at that game, not having a dog in the fight, I'm going, this is fantastic baseball that I just watched. For 6 1/3. I'm absolutely going to, but you have literal Cardinals fans tipping their Cardinal caps, birds on bat.
Look, man, I just don't think there's a lot going on in Lou right now. I just don't think it.
Which is
the
mind
Blues any good? Have the Blues been bad for a while?
But
they haven't had the Rams for years now. They're just a miserable salt of
Carrie
the
Underwood.
earth, salt of the earth folk. You know what I mean? Like they're.
Or no, that's Nashville. What am I saying?
Yeah.
Who's that guy? I don't even know if the guy's in the league anymore. The guy she's married to. He's with the Predators, not the Blues. See, they don't even have Carrie Underwood. No, but I guess that's my point, though. It's like there's not much going on in the Lou, but here come the Pirates of all teams, and they're going to be what gives us the entertainment tonight. It's just it's funny. Like, it's odd, it's funny, and depending upon who you root for, it could be a little sad. That's all I'm saying.
I get it. I'm with you.
That's all I'm saying.